I guess that door opened now because we opened the evacuation tunnel. I remember reading that excerpt that said the main door was malfunctioning. I don't know why that made it open when I opened the actual Overseer tunnel, but... Alright, time to head out of here.
Enjoy your return to the surface, and thank you for choosing Vault Tech.
Oh, it already gave me a backpack. And a shotgun. Huh. There's quite a few of those quests going to be popped through. Like I said, I do have Creation Club and content installed. The shotgun being one thing. Fortunately, I don't really have a lot of ammo for it yet, so that should keep it fairly balanced in that regard. I'm going to go ahead and put it over here, I think. But I am going to equip that backpack. That's going to be entirely necessary given the survival difficulty constraints to carry weight. If you don't know, this button actually can be used to reactivate the vault elevator, though I'm not going to bother going back in there right now. And like I said, I do apologize for all the pop-ups, but that's just all of the Creation Club content deciding to go through. Now, I know there's not a lot out in these directions, because at this point you're essentially just supposed to head on over to Sanctuary and check out your old house and such. But I think there is something over here somewhere. I can't remember exactly, so I'll probably have to come back for it later. All these crows. Trying to debate still if I want to go into anything spoiler related. I mean, most people have seen or know this game at this point. It's been out for 8-9 years, something like that. These people obviously didn't get very far. If anything, I think it's more shocking that their skeletons are still here. Now, as I said, I do plan to do a lot in terms of settlement building, so I am going to be doing quite a bit to rebuild Sanctuary. I don't plan to use this as like my main base for my items, you know, such as weapons, legendary weapons, armor, things like that, my power armor, things, because settlers have a tendency to grab those things from anywhere that's not completely inaccessible to them and using them. So I do plan to pretty heavily build on this settlement and do a lot here early, but I am going to go and get the bobblehead that is with Preston, if you're familiar with that, before I start on any of that, just so that I can get the night person perk and up my intelligence a little bit more at nighttime, gain a little boost to XP while I'm building, before I get into any of the settlement management.
As I live and breathe. Oh, it's really you.
Codsworth. What happened to the world?
The world, sir? Well, besides our geraniums still being the envy of Sanctuary Hills, I'm afraid things have been dreadfully dull around here. Things will be so much more exciting with you and Mrs. back. Where is your better half, by the by?
They came into the vault. Maybe you saw them, armed, wearing strange outfits.
Only Miss Rosa's boy running around in his Halloween costume, more than a week early. I swear, the nerve of that woman leaving her brat unsupervised. Ha ha, not like this family, sir. You and the missus have always been such a responsible couple. Where is she, by the by?
She's in a better place.
Sir, these things you're saying, these terrible things, I believe you need a distraction. Yes, a distraction to calm this dire mood. It's been ages since we've had a proper family activity. Checkers, or perhaps charades. Sean does so love that game. Is the lad with you?
Codsworth, listen to me carefully. Have you seen him? Have you seen Sean?
Why, the missus had him last, remember? Or perhaps she's gone to the Parker residence to arrange a play date. I'm sure she'll be back with him momentarily.
Sean's been kidnapped. But I'm going to find him. I'm going to get my son back.
It's worse than I thought. You're suffering from hunger-induced paranoia. Not eating properly for 200 years will do that, I'm afraid.
200 years? What? Are you...
A bit over 210, actually, sir. Or give or take a little, for the Earth's rotation and some minor dings to the old chronometer. That means you're 2 centuries late for dinner. Perhaps I can whip you up a snack? You must be famished.
What? Food? Yeah, sure. I need a minute to think.
Then I'll be right back.
Well, can't say that he went through the 200 years completely intact. Well, I don't know. Maybe he wasn't very different before the bombs fell, but he's definitely a little bit not all there. I forgot tiredness was an aspect of survival difficulty, so that's something I'll have to try and manage anyway. But I do want to go to all settlements, and even if I don't do any large-scale building there, I'm going to set up a little minor base so that I have the opportunity to
here you are,
sleep, heal, drink.
I've been thinking, if something is amiss, your loved ones may simply be hiding from the Red Menace.
The Red Menace?
Why, the communists, of course. The Russians and the Chinese.
Codsworth, buddy. I don't think the Reds are going to be a problem anymore.
I have an idea. Let's search the neighborhood together. After all, the missus and young Sean, they're my family too.
Codsworth, are you sure you're holding up okay?
Oh, sir, it's been just horrible. 2 centuries with no one to talk to, no one to serve. I spent the first 10 years trying to keep the floors waxed, but Nothing gets out nuclear fallout from vinyl wood. Nothing! And don't get me started about the futility of dusting a collapsed house. And the car! The car! How do you polish rust?
Well, he's, yeah, definitely not all there. A few screws loose is an understatement.
What do you know, Codsworth?
I'm afraid I don't know anything, sir. The bombs came and all of you left in such a hurry. I thought for certain you and your family were dead. I did find this holotape. I believe the missus was going to present it to you as a surprise. But then, well, everything happened.
A holotape? What's on it?
I believe it's a private message for you. My etiquette protocols would not permit me to play it for myself. Any standard holotape reading device should be able to play it back. Oh, like that Pip-Boy on your arm. That should work brilliantly. Now, enough feeling sorry for myself. Shall we search the neighborhood together? The missus and young Sean may turn up yet.
Have you seen anything dangerous?
Oh, just the usual, sir. Pesky neighborhood dogs and mosquitoes. Shall I investigate?
All right. Lead the way.
Proud to serve, sir. Let's make this quick, shall we? Aha! Ouch!
Now, I don't know if I get XP from the stuff that he kills, or if he counts as a follower at the moment. I'm not terribly concerned with it either way, to be totally honest.
Nothing here but a few flies. Wait. My senses are picking up movement in another house. Follow me!
We're going to let him go on ahead, just because I plan on looting, and I do want to loot the whole settlement before I do any kind of scrapping or anything like that. I know most, or if not everything, will end up in the workshop or workbench anyway, but I just would prefer to grab everything that I can to be safe.
That's it.
Especially in situations like that with safes and stuff, you want to make sure that you actually pick those where available so that you can get the XP from them. Where'd Codsworth go?
Sir, your family isn't here either. They're really gone, aren't they?
Come on, Codsworth. I need your help. Where can I go?
Well, you could head into the city. Concord is nearby. But the people there are as put together as I am.
That's not promising.
There's still people alive in Concord?
Yes, although they're a bit rough. You remember the way? Just across the southern footbridge, out of the neighborhood and past the Red Rocket Station? I shall remain here and secure the home front.
You know, I've never really understood that. He becomes a follower right after this, but you have to go meet Preston and bring him back first. And I am going to be totally honest, Preston annoys the crap out of me, so I'm not going to be prioritizing getting him anytime soon. But I do need to go to where he's at to get the bobblehead next to him, so I will be doing that. And then quickly leaving the building and not coming back until much later in the game. Another novice lock.
Got it.
As it stands at the moment, I don't plan on doing any massive builds for the settlements, anything that'll be just ridiculous. But I do want to do things like re-floor, re-wall, and re-roof these buildings. That way they can be suitable settlement buildings, have the ability to actually house people comfortably. If I remember right, the happiness in this game had a lot to do with the fact that people needed proper shelter to sleep under and things like that, so I want to take those sorts of things into consideration. I will probably try and get at least one settlement up to 100% happiness, since I don't know if I've ever even done that myself. It's not terribly difficult, especially when you take into consideration items such as the Vault Workshop DLC. It added a lot of things that boost happiness, so that should make it really easy. Okay, this is the house I was in earlier. Looks like he's already come back here. Now, whenever you do bring Preston and his group here, they spend a lot of time around this little workshop building, the one that has the actual workshop in it, as well as these other crafting stations. So a lot of people, myself included in the past, will use this as like your main base building because of all these workstations here, but because of all of the NPCs that like to just circulate around this building, that's one of the big reasons I don't plan on doing that. I'm just going to, at this moment, keep looking around through the settlement itself and looting the various houses, clearing them out, things like that. I don't want to go too far into things here. Like I said, I don't want to actually start working on building and stuff until I've gone and gotten that bobblehead. But once I've gotten that out of the way, I plan to come back and do pretty much a whole remodel of this settlement. And then I'll consider going and getting Preston and the others so that I can bring them here. But I want to have my actual building and setup here done before I bring them back, just for the sake of not having them constantly in my way. Admittedly, like I said, Preston's pretty annoying. I don't know how much I'm going to work with the Minutemen. It's still something that's going to be a high priority for me, but any settlement that Preston sends you to reclaim for the Minutemen, you can also get through other missions to go and reclaim them, or just go and claim them yourself. You don't even have to be sent by anybody. So it's just not a huge priority to me, though I will try and get around to it as much as I can. Nuka Cherry. I'm not a big fan of most of the pre-war food. I'll be mostly cooking my own food. You get XP from that and everything too, so it's really more worth it to do so. But one of the big things that I have a problem with too is just like where you're so limited in carry weight on survival, carrying around a bunch of food items is a tad bit frustrating. Especially since they're not used incredibly often, when you can just heal with stim packs and such. I am out of bobby pins now, which sucks. So I couldn't lockpick that yet. I'll have to come back to it. But I plan to dump my inventory before I move on from here anyway, so that I have room to carry things. I'm not doing a real thorough looting right now, just because I'm not prepared to yet. I had a bomb on that. I don't remember there being a bomb there. I'm not going to bother hacking this terminal right now because I'd rather unlock the safe first. Medics. But yeah, the more thorough looting will come once I've already gotten that bobblehead and can come in here and get more done. And I'm going to be scrapping pretty much everything I can find. There is a possibility I may miss things, but like I'm really planning on scrapping everything I come across. As far as the settlement's concerned, at least. Any more roaches? Guess not. More bobby pins, so I should be able to go pick that lock now. Milk bottle. Alright, yeah, let's go check that lock back here. Thirsty, hungry, and tired. My dude's doing real great right now.
Yes.
Alright, been a while since I have tried to pickle or hack a terminal on Fallout, so you have to give me a little bit of a break here. I'm going to start with fire. One likeness. Probably also then not wire or file. Tiny. 0 likeness. So there's no I in the second letter. Which, I'll be honest, I'm struggling to see any word that doesn't have an I in the second letter. Wait, but here we go. Male.
I'm in.
Perfect. Sanctuary Hills. D. Pietro. Totally high-strung and needs to relax. I keep telling him that offering to help, but so far, no dice. By the looks of the guy, he's self-medicating with pie. Interesting. Baker. My favorite tinfoil hat wearing nut job. Good for 7 ampules of day tripper a day. Guess he's a one a day kind of guy, whatever helps the man groove. Rosa. Still trying to get her some buff out. Didn't expect the rationing to affect this, but it is what it is. Johnny, or Jahani. He wants something called Psycho. I'm not sure the stuff even exists, and if it does, do I really want this Neanderthal using it? I guess it depends on how much he's willing to spend. I'll put some feelers out to my army connection, see where that goes. Russell. They still owe me for the last X-Cells delivery. Occurred to me, was it even for them? Because so help me God, if I find out they're juicing up those dogs, we're going to have words about more than the money. But we're probably beyond words anyway. I know they have a floor safe in there. I've seen it. Master bedroom under the dresser. Can't be that tough to crack. I already got that, actually. So I guess an interesting thing here is this terminal referencing information from prior to the war or after? O'Keefe. Still going for a couple of hits of Daddy-O a week. Pretentious pseudo-intellectual asshole, but his money's good. Williams. Wants Med-X as much as I can get. Hasn't told me why, not really my business. Guessing there's some sort of a long-term pain management going on. Disease, maybe? Anders. Kids are usually a no-go, but this girl's got style, and she's not interested in getting tweaked. Ordered 20 blood packs, some Halloween stunt or something. Or hell, maybe she's really a vampire. What do I care? She's got her daddy's money. Boston. Isaacs. Some student at CIT wants Day Tripper XL and an entire pallet, yes, pallet, of Mentats. Not sure if he's doing crazy experiments, dealing to the other eggheads, or on the verge of a nervous breakdown. Don't care, so long as the money's good. Ward. Young married couple, good for a couple day trippers per week, easy order, cool people, no-brainer. McDermott. Cop, longtime buff-out customer, running into supply problems. We've had a good thing for years, I hate to end it. And I don't exactly want to risk him getting all noble and law-abiding if he can't get what he wants. That would end very badly for me. Sapolsky. The old lady has upped her daddy-o order, weird, but profitable. Miscellaneous. Malcolm. Potential new customer in Charlestown wants Med-X, seems oddly desperate, might be a cop trying too hard, and need to move slowly. Douchenay? I don't necessarily know that name. Underwear model from Braintree. Beautiful, intelligent, totally weird. All she's ever wanted is stim packs, 10 plus per week. My imagination continues to run wild. Okay, so obviously this is a terminal keeping track of drug deals. Like I said, my main question would be, is this a terminal keeping track of information prior to the war, or is this relevant? Did I already check this house? I think I did, but if I'm not mistaken, this is probably the house that had that suitcase that was locked. It is.
Nice.
Okay, and I've got one more place in town I want to check out before I move on to the footbridge. I think. I already came in here, right? It's hard for me to remember. There's obviously my own house, which I will get to, though I don't want to pick up the special book until I have some alcohol to lower my intelligence. I went back and forth with myself and debated whether I wanted to go for an attempt. With the stats that I have allocated currently, I could put one into luck, put 1 point into luck with the special book, and go with Idiot Savant. But I feel like what I will probably do, and what I would prefer to do, would be to drink alcohol to lower my intelligence score, and then use the special book to boost it up to 11 this early. That way when I get the bobblehead for intelligence, it can be bumped up to 12 permanently. I feel like that's going to have more long-term benefits than just Idiot Savant, which triggers randomly. And I don't know that for a fact, so your mileage may vary with that decision. But that's what I think I'm going to do with this playthrough. Empty bottles, we got a couple. Gold bars. Now, I found some Gwinnett Stouts. I don't know if they have the intelligence reduction that I'm looking for. That'll be temporary. I could just take everything in here, and I probably will, for the sake of trying to boost my... Like, this, none of this stuff counts as workshop stuff. I can't scrap any of it, so I'm probably just going to go ahead and take all of it so I can add it into the workshop and not have to worry. That shovel is not a weapon, by the way. This is an advanced lock.
Won't be able to
Can't
pick this.
it, so I'm probably not gonna be able to pick it if I'm being totally honest. I didn't have it. I've planned out roughly my first 50 levels, and my lock picking is just not higher on the priority list. I'm gonna be doing a lot of hacking. That'll make up for a lot of it because most terminals that you hack have the ability to unlock nearby locked safes. So that should deal with a lot of that, and I'll see if I can't manage to keep a follower with the ability to lockpick through a majority of the game as well. But okay, let's go ahead and use this workbench. Like I said, I'm not going to start on settlement building quite yet, but I am going to at least manage my inventory. I guess I may want to keep that suit on me depending. It does have charisma increase, so that could be helpful. I'll try and keep that in mind as I'm looking at these things. Charisma 2 here as well, so let's go ahead and drop the suit. Keep those on me for now. You can cook from your workshop inventory, so no reason to keep uncooked meats and things on you. I'm not going to be using chems, so I'm going to store those. This does have the effect of reducing intelligence, so I'll keep one of those on me so that I can go ahead and pick up the special book and investigate my house. I don't particularly want to keep Nuka-Cola on me, though I will be keeping probably at least roughly 10 purified waters on me going forward. And I do actually want to keep Rad-X on me. Similarly, I'll try and keep Rad-X and Rad-Away at about 10 in my inventory over time. I can go ahead and play that, which I completely forgot about. Store all junk, get that out of the way. Now, ammo does have weight on this difficulty, so I'm going to store a lot of that. I'm going to keep these on me for now, because I know where to get an early 45. Snub-nose 45, just over there by the lake, actually. There's a Grognak the Barbarian magazine, which, if you remember, was here before the bombs. Deep bottle. Guess I'll take a coffee tin and a tea kettle. I don't really care. Leave most of this for now. I'm going to store or scrap pretty much everything once I start actually getting to that point. I'm just not quite there yet. Mr. Handy Fuel. Caught a glimpse of that special book as I walked by. I don't remember if you can pick it up without triggering the actual prompt to choose a special stat, so I'm going to go ahead and drink that beforehand. Let's see here. Aid, Gwinnett Stout. Special. Yeah, that's what I thought. Intelligence. There we go. And so now, if you check your stats, if you did that the same way that I just did, what happened is, since I drank that beer, it dropped my intelligence down. I put a special stat point into my intelligence from that, and it looks like I may already be getting negatives from my hunger, thirst, and all that nonsense as well. But either way, that is what allowed me to increase my intelligence. Once this effect wears off and all my status ailments are gone, it should bump me up to an 11 intelligence. Which I guess what I will do, just for the sake of... There we go. I'm not going to do anything super in-depth, but I'm going to build a bed. Just a simple little bed. One of these ones fine for now. And I'm going to build a water pump. One of these guys. Looks like I'm missing concrete, which I can probably get from... You got concrete? Yeah. Just go ahead and scrap that so that I can get my water pump. This I'll be able to use to fill up water bottles as well as drink. But it won't produce bottles of water for me passively like other water would.
There must be someone who can help you in Concord.
That's interesting. So it must not have registered the other empty bottles in my inventory because I put them in here with the rest of the junk, so let me address that briefly. Which you can get glass from these things too. Maybe it's not entirely bright to fill all of them with water. I just feel like it's going to be more beneficial. Because I don't have a ton of them right now anyway, and I'm going to need water while I'm out.
I'm afraid I won't be able to repave the driveway anytime soon. Take a walk, sir. Get some fresh air. Oh, don't worry about me, sir. I'll
Taking
be
quite a while
fine.
to get through all these bottles. Though I guess it's better than him grunting at the water fountain like he did before. I'm not going to go ahead and bother drinking yet. I'm actually going to end off this recording here when I sleep and get that save. And then I'll pick up on the next recording dealing with my dude's needs, the hunger, thirst, and this will take care of the sleep. And then we'll move on to Red Rocket to meet Dogmeat. So, thank you all for joining me. I hope you're enjoying the series so far. I plan on doing this, like I said, as a pretty long-standing series where I intend to collect most, if not all, the collectibles in the game and try to do a completion series where I at least beat the game and do every mission that I can leading up to that, except for Radiant missions that just go on forever, obviously. I don't remember if there are any of those in this game, but I feel like there would be because it's a Bethesda game. But anyway, I'll see y'all in the next recording.